Hi, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. There was a little incredible hydrangea right here, but was is the operative word. Oh, I wish I could get one of those started, but yesterday I did find this little hydrangea. I hope it just doesn't follow suit to that little one that I lost. I hope it takes off and goes and goes and goes and goes and becomes a great beauty. That she's mine right now. And I did crawl all the way back there, climb, crawl, whatever, and trim off the little scorch parts of my hostas, and they look better already. Just not seeing that scorch out over there, and instead seeing some pretty green. There were several of them that needed to be trimmed back, and this is one, and I trimmed so much of it off, but it still looks better when that old dead stuff is not there. And this was the little rainbows and hosta that I took from, let me slow down a bit, I took from this little hosta right here. That when I trimmed it back, there is still some green, so we'll see. Hopefully that'll take off and go. And if you happen to have heard someone say good morning, that was my husband. I told you I would show you this little spider daylily when it next bloomed, but actually there's a bloom that I missed showing to you because we were gone to see our daughter Laura, but we had a wonderful time. And this one, I've waited so long, it's not fresh, it doesn't look very pretty, but it can be such a beauty because it's so big and it just flares out, and it's just a beautiful daylily. But it'll be gone tomorrow, so this is my last chance to get it for you. And I'm pretty sure that's the last one for the season. I don't see any more buds on it. Today is July the 2nd. Look at this beautiful red crepe myrtle. And I did give my friend the little baby that came up from it from seed, and one that's either white or the pink ones that I had. So hopefully they'll work for her, and they looked good, or the red one looked really good when I gave it to her, but the white one was kind of puckery, so it probably needs some baby. And then she said she planned on giving it that, so that's great. And look at this lily, isn't it beautiful? And my favorite of the lilies, except for my granddaughter lily, is the stargazer lily. It smells so good, and it's just beautiful and eye-catching in the garden. And the tall phlox are blooming. Most of all of them are blooming now. I have a lot of them, so it's nice though when everything just kind of fills out with the pretty garden phlox. There's some over there behind that tree too, but I may have to move along a little bit so you can see them. And it's not so terribly unpleasant in the garden right now, but I know it'll probably get hot today. It was certainly hot yesterday. As a matter of fact, I saw on Facebook someone had put that because of the heat, people my age should stay inside from 11 o'clock until November the 1st. I kind of like that, except that I'd have to come out because each day I want to see what's out here, what's opened up, what's looking gorgeous, what's just like a 4-year-old yelling, "Look at me, look at me." This little rose is kind of yelling that right now, so I no wonder if my sister Jetty's rose has bloomed yet. They may not bloom this first time that they're in her garden, but hopefully they will soon. And the black and blue salvia is just showing off a little bit this morning too. And I have a few of the little bunches of roses. And look at these daylilies. They're a double daylily and they're looking good too today, as well as the David white phlox. And my rose moss is looking great. It looks like the little low-growing plants, like alyssum, I think is what I put in this, but or maybe some more of the profusion zinnias. But whatever I put in there, I don't think it's making it, so I may have to transplant something right there in front. But other than that, this little pot's looking great too. And because of the rains that we had, my little seeds are showing up in the strawberry pyramid. I put a couple more of the periwinkle in this pot. I had this pretty impatient, and then I added the periwinkles on either side of it. And there is some coleus down in there somewhere if it ever grows up tall enough where you'd be able to see it in with everything else, and that's going to look great. Same with this little pot here. I just love this licorice plant. This blue cast color is so pretty, and it just trails and trails, and it just never stops trailing until the first frost comes. And it does look like at least one of my little transplanted zinnias may be growing in this pot too. I just think it needs something a little tall to go along with all this one that's trailing down. This is more of the moss that's looking good. Look at this lovely little container of plants and the coleus that's in it. I kept it inside the house in this little pot, and it lived, which is rare for me. I know other people tell me that they can grow it in the house and bring it back out, and I still have a terrible time with that, but I'm still going to keep trying because, you know, maybe one day I'll get more than one of them to live through the winter. And yesterday, this little orange hibiscus was blooming so pretty, but it's trying to close up today. You know, they only last a day, but oh, they're so beautiful. My little polymer prince is still trying. It's trying so hard. You keep it up. You're doing great. And these two don't really look so great either, but they're not dying on me so much as this little polymer prince had. And I really doubt if this other part of it will come back. I'm going to hope for it, but you know, it may not, but we'll see how much of it can come back from this beautiful little healthy spot of green. Did you hear that sound of a bird? Because it was an oriole. I didn't get it for you, but because it flew away too fast. But maybe since we know it's out here, we can keep an eye out for it. I would love to get it on here for you. And here's another little spot of the tall Laura phlox. And this little pot that my brother gave me is looking great too. I did lose several things out of this, but I think I've got it filled back up again. If they will just live and thrive for me, it's going to be beautiful. And the last time I was at Lowe's, I noticed a pretty coleus, but it was expensive and it was big, so big and beautiful, but I didn't remember seeing that particular color of coleus. And now that this little one is growing up some, that's it. That's the color it was, and when it was big, it was just so eye-catchingly beautiful. And maybe partly because I didn't remember having one of those before. And I do love the coleus for their beautiful color. Never have to wait till they bloom. Their foliage is their beautiful color. So the sun has came out from behind the cloud, and it's getting warm already. I knew it would as soon as that happened. And I started out in the backyard today. I just saw that one lily and I thought, let's just go right on back there. So me and my camera just came back here. But look at it was a good thing probably, because this purslane moss doesn't stay in bloom very long of a morning. And it's looking so good. And I definitely love when they begin to fill out and grow up. And it just gets a little bit exciting in the garden. My little bacopa is still going strong, as well as over in this pot with the licorice, the trailing licorice. It's looking good also. I wish they were bigger, but they're still pretty. And the foliage is still beautiful. It's healthy and looking good. Keep it up, little one. I have some roses on my little rose bush. And my little castor bean is still looking good. That's wonderful. And Ruby looked good too when she took it home, and she said, I already have 2 of these, but I'm going to give this one to my dad. So I hope it does great for him. I might need to remind him to cut those seed heads off before they turn all the way crispy brown, because otherwise they'll just start cracking, popping open, and those seeds will be everywhere. You'll be pulling up castor beans from now on. But you don't want that, so just take them off, and then each spring you can plant like 2 or 3 of them, and then hopefully you'll get one out of there, and you can let the others go, either give them away or throw them away. But they are a beautiful plant. I always want one of them if I can get it going. I didn't have one going last year. Mine died, but hopefully this one will make up for it. And these little seedlings are still growing up, and these over on this other side, these have little buds on them, and soon I'll get to come out and show you what color they are, because I've forgotten which color I planted here. But I always love the zinnias. And this little bit of sedum, Ruby even complimented me on it, but you know, I had to move them around and let them grow together because they didn't just grow all back like they were before. And I've got several pots where I need to do something with, and I'd love to have the sedum and keep it each year, but I'm going to have to keep moving it around in the pot where it can stretch on out and fill up the whole pot, or actually where it can make more of it, says proliferate, until it can get on out into the pot and make it full. And this is another little pot that I tried to put some seed in the front side of it, and this time they did make it. So when those fill out, there will be probably more than enough to totally fill out that little pot. And my Carolina ruffled hibiscus has been blooming some. And this, of course, is a hardy hibiscus which comes back every year. And there's more of the Laura tall phlox along this west fence row. This is the spot where I need to try to get some more grass started. Under this redbud tree is where I did get some more grass started. I was going to get a little closer to that grass seed, but then I had to stop for this beautiful purple salvia. It's a perennial and it's supposed to come back every year, and it did come back for me this year, and you can tell I've got quite a bit of mulch there. I pulled it back away from it a little bit so it could grow all summer long, and then I'll put a little bit more on when winter comes, and hopefully I'll be able to keep this. Back to a little closer up at the grass where I planted it from seed, and it's doing so great, but there were holes, and you can tell that some of these aren't newer, and they'll have to have a little bit more length or height on them, a little more height before we mow. But I think the others are probably ready that they could take a mowing, but I'm going to wait until I know that both of them are before we mow that. Looking good though. It's about time we got that done. It's been like that for a long time. There's so much to do. I just can't get around to all of it, and I don't know why, but this one became a priority for me. And I think it might have been because I've always been looking around at the seed, and I found one that said it's for sun and shade, and I thought, and it was on sale. So there, that was my reasoning. So we are back to this beautiful little Asiatic lily that we started with in the backyard. And before I go to the front yard, I want to get this little crepe myrtle that's called peppermint lace. So rightly named. And then also, I don't know if I showed you this after it started blooming. I told you that I was able to resist getting another one because I knew this one would probably bloom, and it's blooming. It's beautiful. And after our rains, I actually put a couple of more little ones that were growing up, just volunteer, and I put them in beside it so that whenever one of them maybe fades away, the other will be ready to go. Or maybe they'll just all be going at the same time, filling this little pot up and looking so pretty. This is globe flower or gomphrena in the pretty purple. It is annual, so it won't come back from the root, but it will most likely come back from the seed and put you down some little starts to keep coming back year after year. So now we're in the front yards, and this is across on the east fence. Get down here so I can get some of these pretty lilies for you. And you can see that I do have some more of the gomphrena. You can tell by the little buds fixing to swell into a little ball. And this little coxcomb is still alive. Usually when I plant them, they just have stem rot so badly and they don't come up for me, but unless I plant them from seed, and then they will. But I'm loving it. They're already starting up, and hopefully they'll keep going. It'll remind me of the one that my friend Susie's mother Hattie had one time, and she kept showing it to me as it grew. It was so fun. And I bought some insecticide granules to get rid of, well, you can see what they do to my cannas. They just eat holes in the grasshoppers do, and leaf hoppers, and they're just, it's not good. But I bought it, but you know, I haven't got it on there yet, so it can't work if I don't put it on, which I hope I do get that done soon. We'll see. Sometimes just telling you makes me a little bit more accountable to myself, but we'll see, because truly I have so much that I need to do, and I have so little energy these days to do any of it. But things are definitely still looking good. I know they have some spots where the snails have destroyed something, and I've had to put something else in, and it's way behind the rest of the things in the pots. But for the most part, things are really looking great. It won't be too much longer before this little pot will be totally all filled out if things keep going well and it doesn't get snail infested. And I'm seeing another little one of my pretty periwinkles there in the back is dying. That's not good. And there's probably a snail in there. If not, there probably was one in there last night while I was sleeping. And this little pot is full of little girls. But you can only see one, and it won't be long before she'll be covered up with these pretty plants too. I'm hoping. Look, this is one of my double petunias that spread out and filled up and gave me some pretty bloom. And I love this called molten lava coleus too. So glad I was able to find one of those this year, and it's looking good. It's starting to really fill out. And I think I may have already told you, but this little salvia is also a volunteer from a seed from last year. Unless they get invasive and take over everything, I love volunteers. And this little fanflower is still going. It's not full of bloom and spreading out like I'd like for it to, but still hope for that to happen. Oh, look. This little diamond frost euphorbia. Look at the very top of them. It looks like they may be putting on a little flower. I'm not sure. That But I surely think that is what's happening there. See if I can get it back in focus for you so you can see those little white dots on them that may just be a beautiful little, well, I'll say it's a bloom, but you know it looks like a light, like a Christmas light, a white Christmas light. It's such a beautiful little plant. And again, I saved this one inside in that little clay pot, and it came out looking like, I think, 4 little green sticks, but they were green, and they just kept going. And it's always wonderful to have a friend over that gardens, because you're going to learn something from her most likely. Or if you go visit her garden, you'll see some way she's got things put together that you just love and you want to try it in your own garden. But what happened for me was she was complimenting me on my rubber tree. And I told her, but the leaves from the bottom died up. And she said, you have to score it. You have to cut a little notch in there, which I have done. We'll see how it works. She said, and then they'll start another stem where that notch was. So hopefully it won't be bare all the way down. And it'll have some pretty leaves at the bottom too. And this is my zigzag or Jacob's ladder plant. Oma gave me this a long time ago, and it set and did nothing but live, but it lived. So if they will live, one day they're going to take off and go. That's exactly what happened here. Every fall when I bring it in, I have to cut about half of it off just to be able to get it inside the house. And I came over here because I wanted to show you this lantana. It decided it likes it here. I'm going to go around to the front side of it too, because there's actually 2 colors in here. That bright pretty color that with the red, I love this. And then this is also, I love the pastels as well, especially these that have either pink and yellow or like this one, the orange and yellow. It looks so good. And then these are little volunteer seeds of the celosia, the feather celosia. And then back behind it there, of course, is some more gomphrena, the white gomphrena globe flower. And then this catmint is looking great. I did trim it down, and it's already back up and looking so pretty. Thank you for coming with me on the garden tours of the morning. I just can't hardly wait sometimes to get out here and see. Just lots of times I just come out here in my robe and just see what's blooming. This is some of that double purslane moss. It looks so pretty. And then there's the verbena and the angelonia blooming. And look at this little purslane moss in the pink with the yellow-orange center. It's just blooming like crazy. And this verbena beside it is blooming wonderfully too. And here's another of the beautiful petunias, double petunias. This one, of course, is spent, and I'm going to take that off because that tells the plant that it needs to build another one there. This little concollis is still going strong. And I was going to tell you that also yesterday I had blooms on this beautiful, it was a bright, bright red hibiscus blooms. I think there was 2 on here. I'm sure there were 2 on here. So I missed those for you. I'm sorry. I'll look and see if I had taken a picture of them, but I'm not sure. If I did, I'll put it on there too. And this little strawberry drop coleus is still doing great too. I tried to clip one and transplant it right here in this one because it's not quite as full, but it doesn't seem like it's doing so great, but we'll see what will happen. If we get another cool day in the rain, I'll try to spread them out a little bit more so that they can all grow together and be beautiful. And these little volunteer seedlings are still looking good, although the one I put in this little watering can didn't make it, so I actually put a little coleus in it, and we'll see how it will do too. I need something else. This is my dad, a picture of my dad. I need something else on the back side right here where something died out. But if not, I'll just let it go ahead and grow up there, and hopefully the periwinkle and this pretty little blue agerantum will grow up and fill it out. And this little pot of purple heart, I took it inside and brought it out, and it was like white. It lost all of its color, and some of it was, of course, brown. So I took the brown pieces off and just let it have air and sun and water, and it's looking so great. It's back to its normal way of looking. Look, I'm just now noticing too that my thistle plant is beginning to bloom. And this little purple crepe myrtle is blooming. As is this little crepe myrtle here, and it's softer purple bloom. And I'm just now noticing too that this is the first time my salvia, my purple salvia in the front has bloomed. I hope I can keep both of these going, one in the front and one in the back. Remember when this little coleus was just a tiny little spot sitting in the center of this pot, and now it's practically gotten it all filled up, and there's some pretty profusion zinnias here too. I'm not sure what color they are, but I think they'll just really set this little yellow green coleus off. Please be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel.